Welcome to Free Mind Reviews. This is Chris Johnson with a review of Ip Man 4. Hey, there's not really much to say here. Come on. It's an Ip Man movie. You know what you're gonna get. Badass kung fu mixed with Chinese pride, mixed with a very likable, quiet lead performance from Donnie Yen. It's been like that since the first one. It did not change with 2, it did not change with 3, and it doesn't change with 4. That's it, alright? But hey, let's just waste a little time here. So, Ip Man 4 is years after Ip Man 3. His wife has, of course, passed on, as they told us at the end of 3. His son is now older, and has massive attitude problems, specifically towards his father. And because of his attitude problems, he can't get any more schooling in Hong Kong. So Ip Man travels to America to see what schools can work for his son in America, and of course gets finds himself being thrown into other problems like he usually does, whether it be the controversy with his greatest student that ever lived, Bruce Lee, and the controversy of Bruce teaching non-Chinese people Chinese kung fu, or how Chinese people back then were treated by the white community around them, and specifically a military officer who wants nothing to do with Chinese kung fu and viciously fights to keep it out of the Marines and military in this film. I don't really rank the Ip Man movies. Like, I would say the first one's the best because the first one's the best, and and it's the freshest, and it's. But I find a lot to love personally with all 4 Ip Man movies. This one's probably more similar to the second one in a way, in that it deals with. I mean, they all kind of do deal with foreigners of a certain kind, or outsiders of a certain kind, whether it was the Japanese in the first film or the British boxer in the second film, and Mike Tyson's character in the third, and here it's Ip Man himself being fish out of water and having to deal with racist views against his people who are living there. So and you can call it propaganda. I've seen the term propaganda being used against this one in particular. But part of that to me is the little slightly hypocrisy of now it's our turn, as because this time the people who are being talked about in this Ip Man film are white Americans, and let's not act like a lot of racist white Americans don't act like they do in this film. They do. I've seen it against us, black people. So seeing it in a Chinese kung fu film, it was like, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that dark side of that race of people. Where's the lie there? Definitely not saying they're all like that. Trust me, I know that's bullshit. That's there's no. Racism in general is stupid. I feel like to hate someone because of their race is one of the dumbest things people do on this planet. So trust me, I'm not like that. It's not like the movie's lying about those type of people existing in those type of environments, because they still do even today. So that whole idea of propaganda didn't bother me. It didn't. What really caught on for me is because if you really, I don't know if I'd say overall there's less action in this one than the last one, but it feels like that when it starts out, because you really the movie's more focused in the first half of the film on Ip Man's possible flaws or possible failings as a father, and his health, and can he still be this invincible, awesome, badass kung fu master in the wake of all these years passing and his wife being gone and his son feeling the way he feels and the health issues he's going through and all that stuff. And I really liked how quiet, Donnie never overplays it, man. He's never overplayed it, man. And we all love Donnie for his martial arts skills and his badassery and all that stuff. But I really loved his quietness as Ip Man throughout these years. And I don't know. I think personally speaking, I think this is my favorite performance of his as the character. It's just something about him in this movie that I feel really resonated with me besides just kicking ass, But okay, yeah. Speaking of which, the fights are badass. Come on, you know that. You know it was gonna be badass. You know the fights were gonna be badass. They've been badass since the beginning when it was Sammo Hung doing the fight choreography, and now Master Wu Ping has been doing the fight choreography since the third Ip Man. So he did the fight choreography for Ip Man 3, and he not only did the fight choreography for Master Z, but he directed Master Z. And then of course still did the fight choreography for this one. They're badass. Well edited, well shot, intense. You're a big supporter of Ip Man as a character, so you're really in tune with the fights. I feel like Scott Adkins got a better opportunity in this film since he's pretty much the main villain. He got a better opportunity, I feel, to showcase his skills against a great Asian martial artist. Better here than in Triple Threat, I feel, because I just feel like he got to work with a much better fight choreographer. And honestly, Scott Adkins fighting Donnie Yen in a movie is a dream fight. It is. It really is. And one thing I've always loved about Donnie Yen's style of the past 15 years in particular is his movies do such a great job, I feel, of blending fighting styles and the different fighting styles that these different martial artists have. And I feel like Ip Man 4 and Donnie's fights and Scott's fights and the other fights in the film are great examples of that once again. And of course, they got it. I really liked the Bruce Lee's a character in this movie, and he has a fight, a big fight, a good fight in the beginning or in the middle of the film, and I really thought they did a very good job of doing Yun Wu Ping type of fight choreography, which is different than Bruce Lee's type of fight choreography, but they're doing a good job of incorporating, I feel, as best as they could, how Bruce fought at the same time. It was like the best of both worlds, and I really enjoyed that. And once again, a lot of props and credit for Master Wu Ping for choreographing the fights of both Master Z, Ip Man Legacy, and Ip Man 4, and then directing Master Z too, and then having them both come out the same year, and having them both be as good as they are. I was really, it's been a couple of weeks since it's been out on Empire, because I don't know, I try to avoid Empire 25 sometimes as much as I can. The audience is not the best there, and but I really wanted to see this one in theaters. Didn't see the other three in theaters. Saw them all on Netflix. It's and then Master Z I saw in theaters. So I wanted it, man. If Ip Man was going out, I needed to see it in theaters, and I'm glad I did. Good heartfelt moments. An understandable, relatable in my mind story. Great action and a great subdued lead performance from Donnie Yen. I really dug Ip Man 4, and if the rumors are true, if this is it for Donnie, I heard a rumor that Donnie may not be doing martial arts films after this. I don't know if that's true or not, but if he is done, he has cemented himself as a legend. He probably did that a long time ago, but he's not the guy who people will say who anymore, in my opinion. Everybody knows Bruce and Jackie and Jet, and I think everybody knows Donnie now. And the legacy of this franchise has really helped add to that opinion. In my mind, Ip Man started great, ended great, and I'm gonna miss it.